Well, we actually came from other bands. We've been together for about 6 months. Started early, mid 2010, and we got the name through a song which was written, or would have been about 8 years ago, with a band called Culmination, and we called that song. That song was actually a Butte song. It was called Lollipop Sugar. So it's funny because we actually were coming down the Pyrenees and through France and then Spain, north of Spain, and we stopped by one of those bars that are on the roads, side of the road, a bit of a diner type deal. And whilst we were having our lunch and stuff and having a bite to eat, there we met this lovely dog, and she was so fat. She wasn't fat at all, she was pregnant. So she ended up having a litter of 6 or 7 pups. And she was so friendly that we asked the owner of the bar, the diner, if it was his, and he said, no idea, you can have it if you want. And we thought, well, we've got enough gear in the van, we won't be able to fit her. But she was such a nice dog, and we helped through the actual pregnancy. And she was so lovely with us afterwards, and such a friendly, beautiful dog. We ended up calling her Lollipop Sugar. And her and the litter actually came with us on tour to play in the south of Spain, and that's where we gave the litter away to nice people, nice families. And Lollipop Sugar, she'd be pretty old by now. I hope she's still alive anyway, so that's her name, Lollipop Sugar. A real nice bitch. Yeah, we've come from a huge background of assorted bands. Back from the 80s, Rick Alamango and myself, we've come from bands such as The Impatient Virgins, that was 85, 86, 87, The Mothers, which played around late 80s, played all over the place, did a couple of records with Waterfront Records. So we've been playing around all our lives, and all sorts of licorice, all sorts, We've got Impatient Virgins, The Mothers, we've got Culmination, we've got Master Blastoid, which was a solo project which I did in Spain, and bands like Adrenaline, Mucho Frio, Silicon. Now Silicon and Scarface, they were top bands. We're actually doing a couple of songs from those projects because, they were written by me, so we can actually do them here with Lollipop Sugar, and they're turning out quite good. Well, we've played with the likes of the Hard-Ons, Box of Fish, Simon Chainsaw, Decline of the Reptiles, Upside Down Miss Jane, who are fantastic. Go see them. You'll have a ball with Miss Jane. To Don the Boys, and a whole bunch of others. I mean, we really looking at 2011. We're looking at playing with bands like bloody hell, Bunt, Molten Universe with Tony Bamback from the Lime Spiders, the Celibate Rifles we're trying to hitch up with, and we're also trying to hitch up with the Hard-Ons, so we'd love to play with them as well. We're capable of all of that. We've been around, and we're going to stick around. So fuck it. We're just going to do what we like. that was fantastic. Yeah, that was it was a great gig. We played. We opened up for Decline of the Reptiles, and then Simon Chainsaw came on after them. They headlined the gig, and alongside was Chris Mazurek playing. So it was great to actually share the stage with Chris Klondike Mazurek. He's a fantastic person and a fantastic guitarist, and as you do at the end of the show and before it, you mix around, and couldn't meet a nicer bloke. It was just fantastic. Also with Andy, from Decline of the Reptiles, I'll take my hat off to those guys, and really thanks very much. Also, Sue Telford did a great job in getting us that through Craig Barman. So we're really grateful for that, and that was a really good night. You can definitely expect us to be playing around the Sydney metropolitan area. Hopefully we'll get some gigs in Newcastle and Katoomba, and further ahead we'll be looking at doing Melbourne one day, but Canberra's not out of the question. Sounds good, and stay tuned, because we'll be playing soon to a place close by, and come along. We'll have fun.
Have a bit of makeup before we start this. I want some makeup. I'm not going to do this until I have makeup.
Rolling. So what can we expect from Lollipop Sugar in 2011?
We've got some. There's talk of. But no, serious. There's some good shit happening. I can't do this. I can't do it. There's talk of. There's talk. There's fucking talk. We actually played a gig at the Sandringham Hotel in Newtown back in March, and we didn't make any mistakes. That was very funny. But I remember. I don't fucking know. 2:00 in the morning. I just want to get home. I'm absolutely rooted. We've just been doing a demo, doing songs to lay down on a demo, and I'm absolutely rooted. I want to go home. Normally this time of the morning I've just had my glass of Horlicks and I'm laying in bed reading Harry Potter. So I just want to go. But anyway, it's been good. We've achieved fair bit today. Just fuck.
Yeah. Start now, rolling.
There's some good Aussie bands around at the moment. There still are. You know, the hard ones are still going. They're fantastic. Hitmen, they're still around. They're fantastic. But as I said, moments like these, we've just been rehearsing all day. This is when I go I knock on the door, go home. I've got a little girl, and I just say something like this. They call your daddy Big Boots, and Big Boots is his name. It takes a big man to wear big boots. That's your daddy's claim to fame. So sleep, little soldier, don't you cry. Do-do-do-do. I'm sorry. That's it. I'll fucking it.
Lollipop sugar on your baby, yeah. 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 But you can't even blow it when you're sleeping at the phone. Or you can't even throw it. But it's so much better when you've got three people than doing it on your own. Lollipop sugar on your baby, yeah. Lollipop sugar on your baby, yeah. Lollipop sugar on your baby, yeah. Lollipop sugar on your